Hey, how's it going everyone? Before I get this video started, I wanted to thank you all for the insane support recently. My channel has been doing very well these past few days and we've been gaining lots of new subscribers, so thank you for that. This video is my stealth guide on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and if you've noticed, these guides are turning into a bit of a series on my channel. I've already done guides for Assassin's Creed Unity, Syndicate, and Hitman 2, so if you want to check those out, the links are in the description. One quick disclaimer before we get this video started is I made a video recently on the best 5 abilities for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The tips in this video are going to be based on stealth and not overall like what the best abilities are. So these abilities will be all stealth abilities, just so we don't get anything confused. Now starting with the base for every build is the gear. Gear in Odyssey is pretty different from previous Assassin's Creed games and is very unique from one another. You can give each individual piece of gear engravings, which will give it special boost to either your assassin damage, warrior damage, increased headshot damage, etc. Now since this is a stealth guide and we are creating a stealth build, you're going to want to use the gear that will give you the best assassin damage possible. Some enemies have significantly more health than others, like bounty hunters, captains, and commanders. So with this build, you will hopefully be able to one-shot those units or at least get them low enough where you can finish them off with a hit or two from your sword. If you are going for a pure stealth build, then the best gear you can use is the Viper armor set. You'll unlock this set by assassinating all members of the Eye of Cosmos branch, and the reason you want to use this set is because the assassin damage is very good on it. Each armor piece has an extra 15% assassin damage, which grants you an additional 75% increase in assassin damage from your armor alone. The sword and bow I like to use with this build is the Arachne Stingers and Fanged Bow. These both also provide an additional 30% increase to assassin damage, bringing the total up to 105% increase in assassin damage. And if you pair this with the assassin engravings, you are going to be absolutely unstoppable in the shadows, one-shotting anyone who gets in your way. My favorite abilities when running a stealth build is Rush Assassination, Shadow of Neeks, Vanish, Critical Assassination, and Shadow Assassin. Shadow of Neeks and Vanish can be substituted if you want to run a more balanced build, but Rush Assassination and Critical Assassination are essential for stealth. Rush Assassination allows you to teleport assassinate enemies across the map, and Critical Assassination allows you to do upwards of 300%, that's right, 300% increased assassin damage, which you will definitely need for the enemies that may have more health, like I previously mentioned. This is becoming a very common theme from my stealth guides, but in pretty much every stealth game there will be some form of gathering intel on enemy positions and special objectives. And for Odyssey, this is your eagle Icaros. So before you infiltrate when playing stealthy, use Icaros to scan the area for all the enemies, special entrances, chests, and generals, so you can plan where the best place to enter will be. Now once you have infiltrated, it is very important to keep good pace and spacing. You want to do your best to isolate the NPCs as much as possible so you can get easy assassinations and remain undetected. You can do this by shooting an arrow at a nearby wall and they will go investigate it, and if you are forced to take out multiple enemies at once, you must use the Rush Assassination, as this is the only real effective way to double or triple assassinate in this game. When you are gathering intel on the location you are about to infiltrate, you should be able to see any braziers that may be in the area. Braziers can be lit by enemies who have seen you or seen a dead body, and once they are lit, it will alert the entire base of your presence and call reinforcements. You want to do your best to sabotage and set traps on these braziers as soon as possible, so just in case you mess up and are spotted, you won't have to worry about letting all of Greece know where you are. The body management in Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a bit easier than in a game like, let's say, Hitman 2, because in Odyssey most NPCs have a set route where they walk back and forth from, so they hardly run into any fellow NPCs, so you don't really need to hide the bodies of your victims unless many NPCs patrol the area. But a great alternative way is you can use the DLC ability Death Veil, which will make the bodies disappear after you assassinate them. This isn't really necessary, especially if you don't want to buy the DLC, but if you really want to max out your stealth build, I would strongly recommend picking up Death Veil. I really quickly also just wanted to touch on the importance of the bow and arrow when being stealthy in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You should always be using the bow for taking out long-range targets who you may not be able to reach, or would take a long time to reach. You can also use the bow as a way to perform a double takedown by shooting one enemy with the bow and assassinating the other with your spear. The best bow abilities to use are Archery Master, Predator Shot, Devastating Shot, and the Ghost Arrows of Artemis. These abilities grant you plenty of versatility when it comes to using your bows in all kinds of situations. My final tip for you guys is whenever you are infiltrating, it is always best to clear out the enemies on the high ground first and then work your way down from top to bottom. This ensures that you are completely safe from being spotted from above when you're going for your stealth assassinations on the ground. It also allows you a nice overview of your surroundings, giving you a good idea of what weaknesses you can exploit to take out your enemies silently. If any of these tips or tricks helped you, please let me know and feel free to like and subscribe. If you want a more in-depth breakdown on the abilities, then please go check out my 5 best abilities to use in Assassin's Creed Odyssey video. That's all from me for now. Have a great day, and remember, Assassins, nothing is true, and everything is permitted. I've always wanted to say that.